All right. Reviewing last night's MasterChef top four. All right, so right off the bat, we have four chefs left, and the challenge is going to be that they're flying in three fancy Paris chefs: Guy Savoy, who was Ramsay's mentor, Danielle Bouland, and Alain Ducasse, who is one of only two chefs in the world that has more Michelin stars than Gordon. He's 21 Michelin stars. So pretty amazing. They're going to be split into two teams, and they have to create a three-course dinner that will be served to all six chefs who will judge it. So Christine, who had the best dish from last week, gets to pick, and she picks Becky on her team, which leaves Josh with Frank. So they have 1 hour to prepare it, and then while the judges are eating, they can plate and get their last dishes ready. So Becky and Christine went with an Asian flavored theme, and Josh and Frank kind of had a bunch of different flavors in there. And Christine and Becky were really working well together, so I have to say that. So appetizers were up first, and the red team, which is Christine's team, served up a Thai seafood soup. So it was like a bowl with shrimp and stuff in it, well, or prawns or something like that. And then it's like a teapot full of the broth. It was kind of funky. And the blue team served up a spring vegetable terrine, which looked like it would look like vegetables in Jello, which I wouldn't want to eat, but might taste good. Anyway, the judges seemed to favor the red team's seafood soup. Then the entrees came out. The red team did a duck breast, but just before they sent them out, they ran out of time and didn't get their little rice cakes on every single plate. So one of the chefs didn't have it. The blue team did a stuffed lamb saddle, and the judges really, really liked the blue team's lamb. They were a little disappointed by the duck. So it all came down to the dessert. The red team served a coconut verrine, which looked like it was in a martini glass. It was like mangoes and papayas and different tropical fruits chopped up with this whip on top of them and this crunchy little cookie thing on the top. Looked good. And the blue team did white chocolate mousse, and they were fighting beforehand because Frank was putting dollops of something all over the plate, balsamic something or other, and there were dots on some plates and not dots on the others. And the judges didn't say which one they liked better, but they gave props to each one, so that was good. So the judges are asked, oh no, I'm tired today, which sorry about that. Which team should win? And the French judges said red team. So Christine and Becky go immediately into the final three and are safe. They go up to the deck to watch. The pressure test goes to Josh and Frank. The pressure test was a doozy today. They had an hour to create three different kinds of souffles. A white cheddar cheese for Gordon, a chocolate for Graham, and a raspberry for Joe. So I don't know how to make a souffle, but you got to make it light and fluffy, and it's got to be exact, and there's timing. And so they did it. 1 hour later, the judges tasted their souffles, and the judges did not speak. They had one spoonful of each one. They showed it to the other judges, and then ate it. It was all silence. Then they came back and they talked about it. I thought Josh's had the best aesthetic appeal. His souffles looked really good. Frank's looked a little more messy, but that didn't mean it didn't taste good. So Gordon says he was up first, and he judged the white cheddar cheese souffles. Josh had delicious seasoning, rich substance, and beautifully seasoned, was Frank's. And best cheese souffle goes to Frank. So I guess it's not all about looks. Joe spoke second. His was the raspberry souffle. Both were excellent. Josh's looked great. It looked awesome. Frank's was more extravagant. Best raspberry goes to Josh, which had perfect technique. Graham had the final decision. He said Frank's chocolate souffle was rich, Josh's was a little lighter. Both flavors were equal. But in the end, the best chocolate souffle went to Josh. So Josh went through to the final three, and Frank was sent home. And of course, they always ask the leading chef, who do you think's going to win? Frank says Becky. Pretty sure it's going to be Becky. I think it's going to be Becky. Although Josh has come from behind. He was booted out quite a few weeks ago, won himself back in, and has really climbed to the top. And Christine is like a dark horse. You never know what amazing stuff she's going to come up with. She could just wow everyone and take the crown. Who knows? So out of these three, I'm going to go with Becky, but I could be upended. Who knows? Anyway, till next week when we see it go down to the final two, and it looks like everybody's coming back, that the original 20 chefs or whatever it was, or 18, are all coming back to watch. So, till then, later.